Hi guys, so I said before how checks for third countries are being applied to Britain on a rolling basis, and they're about to get worse. The next bunch are due on the 1st of July. However, if such controls are imposed, they would potentially collapse trade for small volume British businesses. This has been the warning from Shane Brennan, the CEO of the Cold Chain Federation. He has said another £1 billion will be brunt by businesses for sanitary and phytosanitary or SPS checks due to begin on the first day of July. He has informed the government that it will be a nightmare for small businesses, and he has pleaded with them to postpone these checks. I've said this before, industry does not expect the government to drop this expensive red tape, but it has asked on a number of occasions for it to be postponed. Brennan said that there has already been a dramatic drop in trade, but with these added checks it will be even more problematic. The full SPS controls on our meat and dairy goods, those are the nightmare in moving goods across the trade border for food because they require veterinary certification. They require potential inspection at arrival at port of entry. He added, "It's all about small businesses, that trade has become basically impossible on export routes. It will become impossible on the import routes starting on the 1st of July. Sources in the government have said that they are sympathetic to the idea of another delay. However, it seems Jacob Rees-Mogg, the Brexit Opportunities Minister, is claiming that he wants the checks abandoned altogether. I've talked about this before. If the UK did suspend these checks, it could see itself in trouble with the WTO. I expect this is just typical Brexiteer hardman talk from the likes of Mogg. The head of the Cold Chain Federation told politicians at a hearing that rampant inflation has affected the food supply and that the supply chains themselves are under stress. He added that these new checks were an unnecessary thing to put on top of it all. His sentiment was backed by Peter Harwick, the trade policy advisor for the British Meat Processors Association, who told the Commission that his industry was not ready for the checks. He complained that many ports were not yet fully set up and it's very difficult to plan. So July is expected to see another set of controls put in place for imports. However, many sectors that deal with the ports claim that they're not yet ready. There is a fear that the infrastructure and expert staff needed to carry out the checks is completely lacking. While more controls are on the horizon, the Brexiteer Mogg has claimed that his government is getting ready to burn mountains of red tape. The Brexit Opportunities Minister has issued a plea to readers of the tabloid newspaper The Sun to help him identify ways to scrap EU regulations. He said, and I quote, "We are building up the kindling wood thanks to the readers of The Sun who are sending in their brilliant suggestions." This was Mogg recently in the House of Commons. So, will the checks be carried out? Well, considering that the Tories don't give a hoot about business, probably. But if this affects imports to the extent that the sector has been saying, it's possible that these controls, like many other Brexit cans, will be kicked down the road. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.